let's connect these screens with the prototype options, okay? So there is the menu on the right that we can see, it's called the prototype. And now what we are going to do is see and connect our screens with these options, okay? So when we try to run our wireframes, we need to click on that play button, and now we are going to see our screens. And if we click on the arrows on our keyboard, what we can do is basically move those elements around, and we can see how it's going to look like on the phone. And as we are seeing it, it looks pretty nice actually. So what we need to do is basically just connect few stuff just for the wireframe phase, and later we are going to connect everything properly, okay? So let's go back into our project and let's start with the login option. When we click on our login, we are going to see this plus icon right here, and we are going to see these dots to connect, okay? What we are going to do is literally just drag this plus icon to the screen below. When we click on login, we are going to be taken to the home screen. And what we are going to see is that on the tap or we can choose on the tap, on the drag, while hovering, while pressing, mouse enter, and etc. what this feature is going to do. So we are going to navigate to this home screen, and what we can do is, for example, select Smart Animate option, and we can, for example, say ease out with the 300 milliseconds, okay? And now when we go to our play option, we should see this loading screen that says it's going to refresh our prototype option. If you are stuck in this loading screen for too long, it's going to take some time, and it's going to display this thing right here. But what we can do is literally just reload the whole thing. And now if we are clicking on the outside of the screen, we're going to see this blue rectangle appearing. So it says literally just to click on this rectangle, and now we are back to the home screen. So let's go back again and do this again. So as you are seeing, if we are going to smart animate all of the elements through the interface, we are going to see some other changes and other animations, okay? So for example, let's go back and let's close this wireframe for a second. And let's choose, for example, when you click on register, you're going to see this screen, okay? Navigate to register to and smart animate. And for example, when we click continue, it's going to take us to the home screen, okay? Now, if we click on this chat icon right here, what we can do is maybe create that sliding option as it's on the Instagram. So what we can do is literally hover it and click on the chat. And for example, we can say push, okay? For example, you are going to see some presentation, what it's going to do. So literally it's going to push to the other side. And yeah, let's say, for example, if we are going to select these things, let's group them or frame them even. When we click on this whole frame, what we are going to see is this screen then. And let's, for example, stick with push icon or push option, okay? Now for the search, when we click on, for example, this search button, what we can do is literally just smart animate, for example, to this screen right here. For example, with the posting, what we can do is click the next and connect this screen, and it can just smart navigate. And for example, when we go back, we can smart navigate to the back. And when we click on notification, it's going to display the notification. We are not going to focus too much on the navigation bar right now. I'm going to show you different options when we start finalizing our prototypes and when we start finalizing our whole design. There is some other stuff that we can do. For example, when you click on the home, it should always go home. And now imagine if you have like hundreds of screens, you're not going to manually connect all of those icons. For example, every single time you're going to connect home to the home and this one to the home, you're not going to do that. We are going to do with a kind of different option I'm going to show you later, okay? So let's connect now this edit profile to this one. Okay, let's connect share. It can be the pop-up, it doesn't really matter. So now we aren't going to click on this. Follow can just change to the following right now. Message can be changed to literally like moving it up to the chat. Okay, and basically going back can bring us to this screen right here. Edit profile goes to this one. Same changes as well goes to that one. When we click on, for example, followers, let's frame them, or the following, let's frame those as well. So when we click on the followers, what we are going to see is followers, and for the following we are going to see the following. And same goes with this one. For example, when we click to the following, we're going to see the following. When we click to the followers, we are going to see followers. So we just connected few stuff around. Now we can kind of see how it's going to look like with the prototype option. Okay, so as we are seeing, the login is here, and now what we can do is click on chat as well. Okay, I haven't connected the back icon, but as you saw, when we click on the chat, it literally looks like Instagram sliding option. When we click on this, it also slides as well. Let's go to the other screens. Okay, now the biggest problem is that we have different flows. So let's say we go to the flow number 3, it's a search. So when we click on the search, we are going to see this change. When we click on the flow 4, what we can see is next, and we can go back. Okay, and on the flow 5, what we can see is literally like followers. Okay, or following. Let's click that again. Let's say, for example, everything just works properly. For example, when we go to the edit profile, what we are going to see is go back, edit profile, save changes, and etc. Okay, now some other details aren't connected properly. For example, when we go to the notification page, it doesn't really have the flow to go through, but that's okay. This is just the 5-frame phase. You can always connect some other stuff as well, but for now, this is just a basic thing to show you how the prototyping works. It's so easy to use. Literally just connect the arrows that you want to connect the elements, and just change few stuff around. For example, smart animate, sliding, dissolve option, and etc. And you're going to literally, you can use it whenever you want. So yeah,